So Nathan, I think if a couple of days could sum up Whitby's season, this would probably be it, wouldn't it? Getting a great victory at Gainsborough on Saturday, but then a real knockback against Morpeth tonight.
Up and down, so it's us. Exceptional performance Saturday, tonight. Not good enough. Not good enough final third. I thought we defensively we looked pretty sound. They didn't look like they were troubling us. Midfield, we were tend to be winning the battle most of the time, but just no idea going forward. Didn't create enough, nowhere near enough, and it took for me to bring the two big lads on in Connor and Jake, and all of a sudden we looked a different team. But you know, I'll take that one tonight. I think I got the selection wrong. I went with a mobile team, footballers. Looking at the pitch, it looked a lot firmer than it had been. We just haven't performed on it. And like I say, last 15-20 minutes when we went very direct, you know, we looked to be causing them problems and we made them comfortable. So it's the way we've got to play on this pitch. We've got to go direct.
Yeah, and in terms of the first half, it seemed very cagey, which is perhaps what you'd expect, given the positions of both sides in the table. But second half, slight to open a bit more, but again, the goal, something very avoidable.
Yeah, listen, it's a poor goal, and I think the game on the night would only ever be settled by a set piece. The kid, fair play to him. He's been brave, and everyone's thinking he's going to take a shot, and he's hit it from quite a wide angle really, and caught Blandy out. So, you know, 1-0, they've got something to hold on to. You know, role reversal to us over at their place earlier on in the season, and we just didn't have the key to unlock the door all night. It's fair to say, but having said that, you know, last 5-10 minutes, I think Connor Simpson's had two very good opportunities. One good save, one he hasn't hit the target. And yeah, and Gelly's obviously at the crossbar with an audacious shot. You know, very, very unlucky, but I think if things are going to go against you, you know they're against you when that hasn't gone in.
Yeah, and it's those sort of chances there, really, isn't it, that you start to think it isn't going to be your night, especially the Adam Gell one, whereas got all that goal to aim at and typically hits the crossbar.
Yeah, it's unlucky. It's unlucky, but I can't get away from the fact that we've, you know, I don't think any team were worthy of winning the game. I think it was a very, very poor game, devoid of any good football. It was just a battle, and it was always going to be that set piece. And like I say, a bit of class from Ben Sayers as winning the game. But yeah, we're just not good enough in front of goal tonight.
Yeah, obviously Joe Wheatley, he getting his first start. How did you rate his Whitby debut?
Thought he'd done really, really well. Really well. Like I say, our midfield, lots of industry, aggression, first and second balls, brilliant. It was just after that we had nothing in the tank in the final third. But for Joe, you know, it's a great start for him. He'll only get stronger. I'm going to pick up that match fitness, but yeah, really happy with his performance. Yeah.
In terms of the game management, obviously on Saturday it was us hanging on to that lead, and today against Morpeth, who didn't really create too much after taking the lead. But in terms of Whitby's point of view, how would you sort of go about, obviously a couple of questionable decisions perhaps in terms of passing it, when perhaps just trying to drive forwards?
It's naive is the thing. I can't get too angry about it, but you're right. It's the basic side of it. You know, you're on the ascendancy. They're under pressure. But then again, you know, I've got to flip the coin on it on this pitch. When you're kicking balls and the ball's not set properly, players are uncomfortable in hitting those balls because they're spanning it out of play. So it happened on many occasions tonight. But you know, we've got to play two teams. We've got a team away from home where we're outstanding. We can play. We can go toe to toe. We play at home. We've got to go direct, and it's a flip of a coin. It goes either way. There's one goal in it normally, and like I say, it's normally decided by a mistake. So tonight we're on the wrong side of it. I think the saving grace is a few teams have, you know, they've lost as well in and around us. It's another game closer, you know, to the end of the season. We've got 15 games now, 15 cup finals, and the challenge is to get that little bit of consistency, because if we do, we can get away from it. We're good enough to get away from it. But we've got to be better at home. It's as simple as that. It's our own form that's badly letting us down.
Yeah, and in terms of league positions, it doesn't get sort of similar match on Saturday really against Stalybridge away from home, and you've got to view that, I suppose, as the perfect chance to rectify those mistakes.
Yeah, listen, they're always the perfect chances to rectify things. Every game's as important as the other. We talk about 6-pointers and stuff at this stage of the season. It's not. It's because everyone's in and around us. There's 6 or 7 teams. I think we can go up as high as Stafford, to be honest with you. Looking at it, there's games in hand. You'd rather have points on the board, but You know, teams are looking over the shoulder, and it's a credit to the teams that are in and around us, because we are picking up results, and teams are out of form. But you know, Stalybridge is just as important as what Gainsborough was and what tonight was. We need to go there, and we will. We'll go there. We'll give it a good go. We'll go toe to toe with them, and if our forward players are on it, you know, there's a good chance we'll get something positive from the game. But we've got to be on it every week. We can't have off days, and tonight was an off day. So yeah, we need to be better, and I'm sure we will be on Saturday.